Kate. Hey, Susan. Um, it says, do you check your DM here? Because I don't know which service to book. I do not check DMs, ever, 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 because I get sucked into helping people because I'm just like, I know exactly what to do. So I did create a suggestion menu. I have that on my website. And it's bold white thing. It says suggestion menu and it suggests what services to get and has links to every individual thing. I tried to make it like as clear as possible for you guys. Hi, what's up? What's up? What's up?
What you got, Susan?
What
What do I
are we
have?
doing? What are we
Oh my
doing?
God. What am I doing? It's like up and down. It feels very like up and down.
Yeah, hi.
I snapped at my kids a couple times today, which is unlike me. So I don't know what that's about. But otherwise, I thought it could be fun to work on, like, how we were talking about yesterday on bigger blocks that we have. Um, just like, it's like I can't even make myself do it anymore. Like something
Yeah,
that a goal I
I was
have, and
thinking
I can't work on that.
I was thinking like business stuff too, like creativity business stuff.
Yeah,
I
that sounds fun.
swear to God, I pinned this motherfucking comment. There we go.
Did? Oh,
Well, it is now.
hey, hey.
Oh,
Okay, whenever you were like, I don't know what that's all about for today. It's like up and down. I got Katy Perry, Hot Then You're Cold, and then I got something about wedding day.
like cold feet.
Um, yeah, yeah. Ew. But why do you look like you have blood all over you in this life? Why would anybody leave you at the altar with blood all over your face?
Because it's a nice day for a red wedding.
Hmm.
No?
What? I don't know if this is some kind of special ceremony. Maybe you can go back to before it happens and fuse this with clarity.
Is this an altar or is this like a prom dress? Is it the Carrie scene?
Oh, but she's waiting for the guy at the altar. Like it has
It's
a
an
thing at
altar
the
for sure.
top. Yeah, there's a guy behind them waiting.
Oh, like a priest guy.
Whatever this is, I don't know. Now that I'm thinking about it, it could be like a blood ceremony. Like
Yeah, it feels like a, yeah, that kind of thing. I've had someone tell me I've been an oracle a lot in a lot of different lives, servicing men. So
what does that mean? An oracle servicing men in many different lives,
um,
like marrying
I've
them.
had many lives as a sexual oracle, is what I was told. I don't know what we can say on Instagram or not. So just
Me
reading.
too, but I just called it a
Okay,
whore.
thank you. A whore. Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
There's a
I did.
fancy word for
I
that.
had, I had prostitution lives where I was the energy healer, but it was under the guise of that, so that
Yeah.
I could actually do the energy stuff. Mine was different than yours, though. Yours is like ritualistic
Yes, very
and
rich. Like
beautiful.
in a temple, though. Like in a temple, but like bloody.
Mine
And yeah.
was in a saloon, up in the high seats in the rooms.
We love being a whore. Somebody in the comments
Hilarious.
says.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. I don't. I would like break all
Oh,
contracts with this immediately.
yeah. Can you break contracts with ritualistic stuff?
Oh, that feels better. That's nice. Good. Take all
Whoredom.
contracts related to all of these. Not break
They called that
whoredom.
back in the
Like
day.
that can be fun, a fun choice, but it's like, yeah, all the contracts.
Okay. I mean, I think that's all that had to be done. It doesn't look like anything else is going on here.
I wonder if that's connected to Susan to the business stuff and the creativity, like the not creativity because you're not lacking in that, but like
Taking the
the
joy out of
or
it.
desire
Yeah.
to yeah. And it's if it's being more fun isn't very ritualistic.
Yes, and that's actually something I struggle with. Paradox of like consistency and showing up and having because my Capricorn self loves having a grid and like a checklist or whatever. And then there's part of me that's like, fuck all that shit. That's not creative at all. Like, we have to think outside the box. I know that restrictions can like foster creativity, like having that restriction or like having some boundaries help. And then at the same time, I don't want any boundaries. And
Can you
so,
can you release any soul contracts that keeps you in a battle between yourself?
ooh, yeah. I'm feeling shit tons of energy already moving. Please release all soul contracts related to battling.
That's a good one for all of you guys. A battle within yourself, release soul contracts with it. You don't have to be in a battle between heart and mind or structure and creativity, or you don't have to hate yourself. And I'm not saying you do, Susan, but
Oh, I used to.
I know we kind of get told that we need to. We don't need to. And there's so much focus out there on loving yourself and loving who you are, and again with the authentic kind of stuff, which that word is cringy to you right now, Susan, but that's all well and good, but unless you know exactly how to do that and the different I guess camera angles of what that means, then just saying, oh yeah, I love myself isn't really going to do the trick. You can say affirmations all you want, but if you're telling yourself, and you hear people say this, people have come to the point where they say, yeah, I say the affirmations, but if I don't really mean it, then it's going to undo it. And it's okay, well, why are you battling with yourself? It's these side questions that really hold the key for the majority of the stuff there. And sometimes we just have to talk because we'll look at this stuff and then all of a sudden we're talking and Kate's talking and we're like, oh shit, that makes sense. So it's not like we didn't go searching.
No, that makes sense.
Kate's looking at something.
Yeah, because I'm I wonder how many lives this happened in. Almost every one of them. Can you, can you copy and paste this everywhere else needed?
Oh yeah, please copy and paste everywhere needed. I get to resolve it in this lifetime. That's kind of nice.
Now I'm hearing the Morgan J song, the Friend Zone song. She's got me looking in the friend zone. Oh.
Well, I used to actually
She's got
sing.
me in the friend zone.
I used to sing love songs to myself, which was a big jump from trying to find my fulfillment in other people. And I started doing that again this week, and I was like, oh, this feels familiar. I haven't done this in a while. And then now it's oh, it's because I've been fucking fighting myself again. So I think that's really interesting. Huh.
Do you think it's fun sometimes, fighting yourself?
Oh yeah, totally. It's definitely not boring, right?
Do
My
you have a thrill
youngest
for
son is
debate?
don't let me be bored.
Well, maybe that's what you've been telling your team this whole time.
Yeah. Oh yeah, to tell them. Okay. Yeah, I'll take some boredom. That's fine.
There
No,
you go. No.
it's you could find fun in different ways.
Right. I
Don't
don't
tell
have
your
to
team
fight
that you want to be
myself for
bored.
fun. Gotcha.
That's fucking terrible.
It's great.
I tell my son when
Okay.
he's bored, I'm like, that's when the ideas come. When you're bored, you have to be bored for ideas to come. But maybe that's bad. I shouldn't tell him that. Who knows?
Well, it makes it motivates some
Yeah, but
people. So is it motivating you?
it can, but is it, are you just doing it in a way where it's that's how it has to happen, as you have to be bored for that to come because you're a busy person.
Yeah,
So are
I'm a
you going to be
very
able to?
busy person. I don't say it as it has to come, but it's there's joy in boredom too. But yeah, he's
Yeah, but even if you're saying it to him over and over again, where you're that's where the inspiration comes, is boredom. Your team is listening. So are you just
I'm
make
transferring that to
sure,
myself. I see that, yeah.
just make sure, because your team's great, that's what she wants.
Yeah. I'm asking them to change that so that creativity and the ideas can come whenever.
When bored or not.
Yeah.
You know, she's got me in the friend zone.
You
Oh, wow.
can in those lives that you got them in the friend zone, you can just say that, be like, it's never gonna happen. No, no, she's loading.
Oh, can
Okay.
you hear me? I kind of feel like you should tell them, like, this was purely ritualistic. Like, this was not, I know it was luscious and lovely, but I don't want you. I'm here to do a job. Like, I don't.
Yeah.
And then also copy and paste that line.
Please copy and paste it to all versions of me and ripple it out in all directions.
Okay, it's playing quietly now. Can you copy and paste it to the residual, please?
Yeah, please copy and paste to the residual.
Can you, so after sessions and stuff, you know how like you clean off from clients that you have in whatever modality that you choose? Will you do that in all the lives too? Like, can you have all those versions if you know how to clean off in whatever practice they have at that time
Yeah.
and disconnect?
Do you want me to close all dead timelines too? That no
I
longer.
don't know. Do you want to close all dead timelines
Yeah,
too?
that came up.
Um, Susan,
Mm-hmm.
what I would like you to do. No, I'm just kidding.
I know how
Your
much you
guides
love
told me.
instructions. So.
All right, all right.
Them all being still connected to you through all those lifetimes makes a lot of fucking sense too. Like a lot. There wasn't closure, and then like all the blood ritualistic stuff and
Yep.
all of that.
Yep. Nothing surprises
I
me.
think it's real. I think it's weird that when we went to go look at the most impactful point for the other thing that we were working on that had to do with that kind of
You can
stuff,
say it. It's fine. Like, I
yeah,
don't care. I don't care if other people
but
care.
it didn't go to that. Like,
I
that's
know.
pretty most impactful, like you would think. But it's like, hey, how do I be more creative? There's some blocks. It's like, oh yeah, all this other shit. And it's like, why?
Remember that one time you smeared your face
Why?
with blood and you were about to marry someone? Um, Susan, that was really weird, and there's some contracts there.
You want to like release all of them, all the thousands of lives like that. Yeah. Okay, cool.
God. I like, how many times have I been on the phone being like, what the fuck? Like, where is it? We get on the call with Kate and she's like, hey, you're in this wedding dress. There's blood on you. I don't know.
This is crazy. Did you know that?
Obviously not.
So grateful for you, Kate, because that was driving me a little crazy. I'm sure it was driving Susan a little crazy too.
Hey, what's the weddings where they stomp on that bean bag? Sorry if that's disrespectful to
Oh,
some
it's
people's
not, and it's
weddings.
actually on a bottle of wine. It's Jewish weddings.
No,
I know that they
it's
stopped on a bottle of
a
wine, but I
bean
think,
bag.
yeah, Kate's saying beanbag.
It's a white powdery that comes out of it when you stomp it. I've seen
Oh,
it in
huh.
movies.
Hmm. I haven't seen
I know
the white
that
powder
when
one.
you stomp on the wine glass is wrapped in a white cloth, and when they stomp on it, dust comes out. I know you're saying beanbag, and you're pretty sure on it because you know the difference between a wine bottle, and a beanbag. But that's all I've seen in movies.
Okay, so let's
So.
say it is Judaism then. Is that it?
Mm-hmm.
Judaism. Can you break all contracts with religion in that life then? Because it's some kind
Yeah.
of religion. Reminds me of a baseball game. I'm just gonna keep it at
Remind
that.
you
I'm
of a
just gonna
baseball
I'm
game?
just gonna keep it at that because
No.
I was like,
No,
what
I
if it
want
is?
more.
What if now she's at a baseball game?
Susan
Oh
tends to jump
I
around and go from
do.
life to life.
I
So
jump around a lot.
tell me about this baseball game, bro.
no. So, it looks like you're an umpire. Have you ever been into sports like that?
I was in soccer, but not
Okay.
baseball. I've been to 2 baseball games in my entire
Wow.
life. So
I was on the baseball team for like 10 years. Wow. So
impressive.
then, okay.
Impressive.
You were on a
So,
baseball team for 10 years? Excuse
T-ball,
me, what?
softball, and then I was in soccer and basketball.
Hi,
And also
best friend. Didn't know this
I
about
was
you.
on the golfing team, and I tried swim team, but they didn't end up having one.
I was on swim team. Okay, bye.
Yes. They tried to get me into so many sports, and I was like, wow, this fucking sucks.
How do I not know that at all? Was it
I
just
don't know.
not important?
Why would I? That's how I broke my one of my family members' noses. Was baseball.
I feel like that's important. I feel like there's things there. We're gonna look at it more later.
Oh,
Okay,
it's
bye.
why my lower legs are bent
Okay,
because I have
I have to
athlete's
tell
legs.
I have to tell you guys a quick story. So not this past Halloween, but the Halloween before. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We were we were at a trunk or treat thing for Casey Ray, and then Kate just randomly tells me about how these guys came into her house when she was younger at gunpoint, and I like just threw it out there, and I was like, "Excuse me, what?" And she was like, "Oh yeah, I never told you that."
They videotaped me, and I was like showing them around my house.
It was bizarre as fuck, and it was really bizarre because that's like kind of like a big thing that you'd be like, wow, you want to hear this crazy fucking story? But no, it was not important to Kate.
Because
So
I didn't experience fear at the time, and I still don't. It gets stuff on me, and it happens. But yeah, I didn't. That wasn't scary to me. I was just like, yeah. And then somebody else had to call the police because I didn't call the police. I was just like, huh. Well, yeah, whatever.
so weird, so weird. And now I'm finding out she did sports her whole life. We've talked about high school and childhood. I don't know how many road trips. I don't know how much. I don't. She's like, yeah, 10 years of baseball. No big deal. Fucking what? Anyway, sorry, I'm gonna find that out about my best friend later. Thanks, bye. Why is there a baseball thing and an umpire thing with Susan? That's why we're here right
I
now.
feel like you're being proposed to because the big screen's on, or you're at a proposal. Somebody's about to be proposed to, and it's either you, Susan, or people that are on the field. Why would an umpire be proposed to at a game?
Yeah.
Umpires can get proposed to.
At a game?
Sure.
They're at work.
It's the big diamond. It's the big diamond that they love. Kate's face. People propose to people at work.
Don't ever do that to me, Shaden, who's already proposed to me.
You're married, Kate.
Don't ever do that, Shaden. Please don't do that, because what if he does in some other life? Okay, so maybe it is you, because I really feel like it's you. I really feel like your husband is going to come out from the dugout on the back right and just be like, marry me.
Oh, have you seen A League of Their Own, Susan?
Yeah.
She's an umpire, the tall redhead, and then her husband absolutely would do that. If he like came home from war and like surprised her, he would go out on the dugout because he did surprise her when they were out on the road, and then she just left, and everybody's like, "Where the fuck are you going?" And she's like, "My husband's home. I was only playing baseball because my sister wanted to, and he was gone." And they were like, "You're the best," and she was like, gotta go. So I think maybe that.
I'm going before all that and apply my house cleanse.
It seems like yes. I want a bigger diamond, she says. But this is the only one that I have right now. We're in a baseball field. That's understandable.
She was their best player, whom the hell? Abso-fucking-lutely. She was so good. You didn't even want to go. I mean, like, it was an important thing in history, and your sister finally, like, got to do what she wanted to do, but, like... I'm trying to tune into that version of you.
Yeah, me too.
He doesn't have to go to war. Like, he doesn't have to. I know that's what they did back then, but he doesn't have
He
to.
can have plantar fasciitis, and you can't go to war with flat feet or plantar fasciitis.
What's plantar
It's
fasciitis?
where you grow stuff on the bottom of your feet or some shit and they hurt.
You hear
But it's
that, Giggles? If they try to recruit you, you've got plantar fasciitis. Just kidding. No one's recruiting
you
anybody.
got the you got the big hurdy feet. That's all we need to know. So
Yeah, but he feels like it's very like
okay, Spirit, please don't do that. You don't need that.
you both feel like this is what's right. This is what you need to like. It's proud for country kind of stuff still. Even if you're like, oh, you don't have to go or whatever. Both of you seem pretty like.
Yeah,
Do you have to break?
yeah, it's like we just did religion, it's now government.
What now?
The something government.
Yeah, so before like we broke ties or vows with religion and ritual, and now I'm wondering if it's breaking something with like ties to government. I don't know.
Not Kate said, can't war, gots the hurdy feet.
That's funny.
Yancy says the tendons are messed up and there's no support.
Got the big hurts. The big foot hurts. This actually feels okay. I don't know what you ended up telling them.
She broke contracts with government and stuff.
Okay.
And so did he.
It's like, I don't feel, it feels very much like, I don't really feel like it. Yeah, we won't. Okay, let's go home.
But how does, there's something about reputation and pride.
You were like a baseball umpire and stuff? Yeah, but what about him? I don't know about him. Go work in a factory and you'll have so much pride and reputation.
He'll be the only guy. Because when they went to war, all the females went to the factory. Are you telling her to go to the factory?
No, him. I don't know why. I don't know if he's going to become like the president of that company or something. That's what it looks like. Because he has his picture framed and up on the wall and it says president on the bottom of it.
Well, that takes care of all the other shit. All the, like, embarrassment or whatever. It is a small town, I know that. So, like, staying behind to take care of your town and your family. But what does this have to do with...
He said, can you get out of war if you just like don't vibe? Yes. What were you asking, Kat? What'd you say?
I was trying to see, like, what we were clearing connected to, like, all the things. Like, how does it correlate with what's going on in the current life? Like, I understand it's the next thing that needs to heal and we need to heal it, that kind of thing, but, like, where's the connection point?
Factories. And I don't know how many of y'all work in like
Honestly,
blue collar.
we do need someone of like nice caliber or whatever, like genuine, like moral, whatever, to be ahead of the factory instead of like all of them going to war. Because I think, holy shit, when everybody went to war, that's when the people that didn't give a fuck about that kind of stuff stepped in and like took over, isn't it?
You're asking Susan?
You, both of you, but
well,
yeah.
They had to, yeah. I was gonna say with the trade thing, with blue collar trade, I think we need to break all contracts with government with them too.
Okay, it's going.
Yeah. So that's kind of where that went, was like all the factories were overrun with stuff for the war.
Yeah.
And also that makes, I mean, like, we know it's for money or whatever, but that makes a lot of sense that they would have like send everybody away that could do the things and then put like nephews or cousins or grandsons in charge. That's probably why they made that rule, is so their fucking nephew.
What? No flat feet?
Yeah. so that they're like the
Wouldn't have to go to
company's
war.
like
Yeah.
kid could run the factory and be like, oh, sorry, he can't go.
He has no feet arches.
He's got flat
That
foot,
means he
so
can't
Okay.
run and
like
stuff.
he's
My
gonna take
husband has
over the
flat feet,
factory.
and he served in the Navy for like 6 years. So explain that to me. I guess the Navy will take flat-footed people.
They're
Oh,
webbed. No, I'm just kidding. It's like the Navy. No,
duck
okay.
walking bitches from the outside. All right, this is good.
Yes, Angelina, big picture stuff.
And breaking their allegiance to the flag, all
Ugh,
that, all them.
gross.
Ooh, yeah.
Cause
Please
every
speed this up.
Mother's Day needs a Mother's Night.
That's funny. I got the Janet Jackson "What Have You Done for Me Lately?" like a light bulb moment of like what we know now. Like, why are you gonna go do this for them? For everybody. Why are you gonna go do this for them? What are they fucking doing for you? Because
Mother
uh,
love.
here's a view from the future. They didn't do it.
Oh, they fucked all their wives. Okay. I was like, why do I keep getting mother lover? It's really weird. Well, now they don't go. So what are you gonna do now? Fuck your own wives. Yes, do that. I guess. It's really weird that I needed to just say that.
Well, they still have to have a baby boomer.
Oh
So instead of
yeah.
them all coming home, it's like, what do we do now? Fuck your wives. Be excited that you're not going to
Yes.
war.
Oh,
It's
this will
still
help
gonna.
misogyny too. Okay.
All right. Okay. All
And
right.
balding. Oh, because the
What?
bald mountain thing. Really?
Oh, from the other day?
Yeah, I guess so. I didn't know that was connected to this. I mean, I guess it kind of like spiders out in a way. All right, then. Oh, maybe this is where it originated. No, okay.
No.
Just answered my own question. All right, Susan, is there anything else in particular that you wanted to touch on? Oh
I just
shit.
keep on hearing blocked, blocked, blocked. Like what to do when blocked. Why am I
What's
blocked?
blood?
What is blocked? My
Uh,
motivation.
Spirit of Nazca, please take me to Susan's Black. Maybe it's like a verbiage like my guides don't understand or something.
Okay.
Okay, it's like this. This is what, when you keep talking about it, it's like this, and there's a little you, and you're just standing here looking up at it. And it's like, where's Susan's block? And it's just a block sitting here. It's not blocking anything. It's not
Yeah.
covering anything. It's just literally a block. And I don't know why you're talking about it or what you're doing. This is it. Like, just on like
Okay.
and it's like a energetic field, and it's just like, here's your block.
Okay. So I can just walk around it or turn
Well,
around.
Well, what is it there? Why do you have it?
touch
What is
it.
it for?
Touch it.
Stomp-o-matic. Touch it, feel it. Sorry.
Okay. It lit up, and now it's about to absorb you. Hey, Susan, what is this?
I don't know. It's like I was trying to fold it down and it lit up into like this rainbow thing. I don't know. Rainbow bright.
Starlight, star bright, star that I see
I
tonight.
always wanted a rainbow bright girl or doll, and I never got one as a child.
Why? Why did you not get one?
I don't know.
For shielding, Caitlin? Okay. Oh, is this the shielding you needed all along? But you were afraid it would hurt people? Is this like your divine? Is your divine justice, Susan?
I'm so confused by all of this. I'm glad you guys are figuring stuff out because I'm over here like, I don't know.
Oh. Start working on it like a computer, Susan.
Okay.
Uh,
I'm applying my healing, which is like little, like robot arms, like moving all the things around and sorting it.
Okay.
I can't feel any of this, but you guys are connected and doing the things, so I'm trying to figure out why I'm not.
I
Like,
was
normally, if I can't feel the things, I'm in the life too, but this is not a life.
Mm-mm.
I was thinking like if she started moving the wires and stuff, you would like jump right in.
Right.
And so I
Me
was like,
too.
okay, just do the wires.
I saw the block, I saw the field or felt it or whatever. I felt how little she was looking at the block, but I was still looking from a third person perspective so I could see how little she was. And as soon as you guys started whatever and it lit up or whatever, I was out. I don't know where the fuck this is. I can't feel it. I don't know. I was there. I figured with the wires thing I'd be able to tune in or whatever because I could usually feel Susan do the things and I usually feel the things being done. But wherever this is, I'm not there.
I'm doing stuff, but I don't really know what I'm doing. But that's okay.
I want to feel it. My tentacles are trying real hard, but it's almost like it's hitting like a glass, like fishbowl. It's just like,
Hmm.
Then this must be her shielding.
Oh.
So Caitlin said it's almost like you've been blocked. Oh, Rainbow Bright Divine Justice. Is that what your Divine Justice is called, Susan?
Maybe.
Oh, the Rubik's Cube healing.
It is
Yes.
the Rubik. Yeah, we do. It is the Rubik. Okay, now I can turn it.
No, I have a Rubik's Cube healing.
Oh, you do?
So, like,
Okay.
yes.
Susan
hell yeah,
does.
do that shit.
Susan does too.
Then
Yeah.
do it.
She was in the class when we were doing it,
Huh?
or guided adventures. She was
Yeah.
in that one with the Rubik's cube. Okay, I can feel that.
Yeah.
Still,
But I don't have. It's not
don't
one
know what's
color per
going on.
side. It's like the progression of colors on each side.
Okay.
It's like marvelous.
Why would you want a solid color on one side? You would never get the different perspectives.
It wouldn't be
I don't know
rainbow
what that means.
bright either.
Yeah.
It wouldn't. Yeah.
In this way, it's striped. It's rainbowish.
Yep.
It reminds me now of the Mario Party cubes or the Mario Kart cubes. And it was really weird because I have that black thing, right?
Yeah.
This box. And then right next to it, I have this thing and it has a question mark on it.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, it's supposed to have a question mark when that cube had, like in the Mario Kart, has the question marks on it and they're like rainbow colored and they go, they don't make that noise. That's what the colors do. Even when you hit them, they don't make that noise. I just don't want any false advertisement. So.
Cat said they make and they
No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
So they sound like cat?
No.
Ben, that's not what they sound like. Don't do it.
Ben, they don't sound like that. I bet you when he edits it.
Ben, which part are you on?
You want to hear a fun thing about Ben? Sure you do. Here we go.
Yeah.
So that Cardi B song that's out, the Bongo song, most guys when they think about it think of like asses dancing, like booty shaking, titties bouncing. Not my guy. We were trying to figure out what, so we tuned in and Kate was like, a gorilla hitting drums, huh, Ben? And he's like, ha ha ha, no. It was, and that's what he thinks of, like just a big old monkey hitting drums, and he loves that fucking song and turns it on, and it's just a monkey hitting drums, and I just wanted to share that story about Ben. Okay, bye.
Hit that ass like a drum. No, only gorillas would do that.
Just gorillas and bongos, please, thanks. Don't yell at me, whom the hell?
Get the Mario lore correct. I don't know, this feels pretty okay now.
Okay, so hit the block. Well, I mean, I know you are the block.
Hitting it. I'm jumping outside of it now.
The Tarzan Live was such a good one, except it fucked him up for like a week or two, that was god awful afterwards. I love that live so much. I went to Kate's Amazon list and like was like, oh my god, thank you so much. And then like 2-3 weeks after, he was a fucking like lump of whatever, and I was like, what the shit happened? He was healing. It was just taking a really long time. He was transmuting like a dead body. It was weird.
Literally became a
It was
blob because he molted
it was
like a
so gross.
crab.
And it was
Like a
horrible and I
crab.
hated it. And I was like, this is a horrible relationship. Fun times.
Bongas.
It's good now, by the way. Anyway. Okay, so you hit it and then what
I
happened?
jumped out of the box, and now I'm way bigger than the box.
It's me, Mario. Just like,
Exactly.
woo!
Exactly.
I am rebirthed. It's been me the whole time, guys. Surprise!
Oh, is that like, okay, so I know you were talking about divine shielding and then like the rainbow bright shielding and divine justice and all that stuff. Is this just the way that you rebirth? Do you need like to go inside the cave and come out brand new and alive?
That's
That
really
sounds so like
funny.
you.
Yeah.
That's really
'Cause,
funny
I
because I
mean,
forgot that
and
she was part of the Purple Oversoul in the beginning of this. I was like,
Oh,
hiding in closets? And then you just said that.
I totally hid in closets as a child.
Ah,
sometimes if I can't find Ben because he's in the middle of whatever, he is in a closet somewhere, laying down, just
Maybe I'm part of
like
Ben's over.
literally like I'll go into the bedroom and I just sit down on my phone and then like 20 minutes pass and he just comes out of the closet and I'm like, what the fuck? And he's like, oh hi.
I fell asleep in there like a cocoon. Oh, you come out like a butterfly.
Well, that makes sense that your team kept going block, 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 block because it's like you got to go and hey Susan, you got to go inside the block.
Exactly.
Gotta go inside the Rubik's Cube block.
Oh.
All right. What's the next thing you want to hear?
What's the next thing I want to hear?
Isn't Shaden part of the purple oversoul?
He's the black one.
Oh.
I thought it was Ben's and Yancey's the last time I looked at it.
Yeah, like, but when Susan said, oh, maybe I'm part of the same oversoul as Ben, or like Ben's the same oversoul as her, I was like, there's no way. They're not the same.
No.
Like Yancey, I don't know if she's on here or not, but her and Ben drive me fucking nuts with their stuff that they have the same. I love it, but it drives me nuts. And Susan doesn't, she doesn't drive me crazy.
My grandmother loved purple. Purple Owl said that she loves purple.
Oh.
My
I
grandmother.
didn't know that.
So did my grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
Susan just had purple hair not that long ago.
I did. So did you, Kat.
A little bit, yeah. Yeah, not as much. Not like you.
Yeah. Dive all in. Yeah.
Oh, geez. It's
I don't know what you just said, Susan.
I didn't say anything.
Oh,
what?
weird. Definitely heard your voice.
I just breathed. That was
No,
it.
heard you talking. So did Kate. It's okay. It's fine.
It's like
Oh my God, the other day in the group adventure thing, and you were talking for a minute, and it was like but like really robotic. It's like
That was fucking
and I was like,
great.
holy fuck,
It
we
was
were
Count
laughing so
Chocula.
hard.
There's like 2 spots in the town I live in that are dead spots, and I was driving to both of them.
It was so good. It was so good.
That was such a good class, though.
Mm-hmm.
Bubbles.
Okay, now you're just standing there like Mario, like, but your hands are on your hips, like in the overalls, just standing there.
I'm seeing bubbles, and I'm also wondering if this is, well, my conscious mind's jumping in, and it's probably wrong. Is it healing my perspective of how much screen time my kids have, which my mind judges as way too much. But we kind of worked on that already. But I don't know
No,
when
this
that's
is
coming up.
connected to
But I mean,
you.
yeah, this is
This
connected to
is
me.
this is you. This isn't about them at the moment. Unless Kate's getting that it's about them too. Like I feel like what I got personally, and if it's not true, like throw it the fuck away. I don't care. But it seems like whenever you want to put on, it's almost like putting on a different hat for the creative thing that you want. Like I see you hitting one of the blocks, and then it's like the foxtail with the fox ears, and then hitting another one, and it's like super speed, and then hitting another one, and it's like, hey, Kate, can we look at Susan's exhaustion levels? She's done a lot of healing on it for the most part. It's like it's a lot better than it was, but there's still something missing.
Mountain Dew. Let's go.
Mountain.
Let's go to Mountain Dew.
Hey, if it's mountains, it's Susan. So
Yeah, and it's funny because my son just had Mountain Dew. Like I never let kids have Mountain Dew, and he went to a sleepover and he had Mountain Dew on Sunday. So
Well, let's go. Come on. I'm already there. I'm telling you to come on. Take on me.
take on me,
Take me. And we're
take
going up the
on
mountain.
me.
Just like the music video of Aha.
They go up a mountain.
No, they're in that drawing and they
Yeah,
just
I
kind
know
of go
that
around
part.
the grocery store.
That's why I was like, yeah, I know the music video that you're like, yeah, like in the like with the going up the mountain. I was like, what?
We're in different timelines. Cat, mine was a mountain.
Oh my God, don't do that to me. God.
um, okay, I think we're up the mountain because
If
we
you
all
had
like.
everybody, if you just like absolutely like everybody was like, yeah, Kat, there's a mountain in that video, I'd be like, what the shit is happening?
I gotta go look at it. Please look at the mountain. We're all at the top of the Mountain Dew, and
Hold on, before you go into it, I have to say this. There's people in the comments saying they love Baja Blast, and I just gotta say that I felt pressured to like Baja Blast because of the Taco Bell, and that it was like a special flavor, and I didn't like it as much as Mountain Dew. Okay, bye.
yeah, fucking Baja Blast, you bitch. Learn your lesson. Okay.
Okay, take on me. Okay, go. Ready, go.
All right. Everybody is not up here. The ice cap is gone. There was supposed to be a nice ice cap up here. There was even a museum.
it was like
Where
an observatory, right?
is
Like a
what?
star observatory, not just a
Oh,
museum.
okay, yeah. I didn't know what it was. Yeah. It even has one of those IMAX theaters.
This
What are we doing here?
this feels like that claymation type of thing, but paper.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's really pretty, but it's like it's got that kind of feel.
I, Spirit of Sinaskia, please remove all magic and mirages from all this.
There's a lot.
Speed this up. I just stopped in the middle of the observatory and I was like, fake, fake, fake. But like, I
Yeah.
don't know what I was doing. So I was like, okay, it is fake. Like, that's great, Kate. You probably are yelling that in that life.
Just standing
Like,
there.
yes.
Meg! Meg!
All right. It was like a huge whirlwind of everything moving down and to the left. So now what is it? Oh, it's you can see the galaxies. What are those called? The Milky Way.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Yeah,
up
it's
here.
like it seems not not paper claymation, but like still beautiful.
Yeah.
It like the observatory and stuff is still there. You don't really need it. Like it's clear skies.
All right. Not really sure
Yeah,
why
like how
we're
does
here.
this relate to my exhaustion? That's what I'm asking. Or energy levels.
Oh, you weren't supposed to get it from in there. You were in an observatory, like observing yourself
Oh,
from
instead
the
of
inside of a thing
yeah, that makes sense.
instead of just looking at you for how you are.
Oh. Well, I mean, like the exhaustion thing, a lot of it's tied to getting pulled to sleep to do the work. But even if you disconnected from it, so if you disconnected yourself and let your soul fragment out to do the work and let your human remain human and get the rest it needed and then like all that stuff, which you've done lots of stuff around that. But if you're still going inside this, it's like you're going inside a dimension to go inside. It reminds me of people who, and I'm going to bring this up real quick. It reminds me of people who, when they read tarot or oracle for people, they call the people's guides down, which Kate and I were just talking to someone about that, instead of like letting it just naturally like things. And it doesn't exist, those, the guides, they don't exist down here on our plane, and they need an energy source to feed, so then they fall asleep. So it looks like, or that's what pulls people to sleep and whatever. Anyway, that's what it looks like. It looks like you're going into, like, I need to heal this thing, but instead of just looking at it, you're going inside this place to do it, and you don't need to be in there. It's like your own little viewing theater, private little.
Right. You're still looking at the stars, but it's like from a different perspective instead of just going outside and looking at the stars.
You don't even need to be in this realm when you do it. You can
Mm.
be in your human form, but you like check out. It's almost like you don't think that this vessel, this Susan vessel, is magical enough. You have to go inside.
Oh, and look at Susan's insides. You don't. Susan's right here. Susan, where are
Looks like
you? I'm right
Is that a
here.
me
Lola's
thing or
gone.
a guide thing?
Is it a what thing?
Is it a me thing that chooses to do it that way, or is it a guide thing? Like that's the way they, how I like,
I got
am I
the.
doing it for myself or am I doing it because that's the way I think my guides want to connect?
Oh, I see what you're saying now. It's both.
Hmm.
It's just something that's set up. It's like
Okay.
they think you want it, you think they want it.
And
It
neither
just
of us
seems
want it.
like,
Okay.
well, it's not that you don't want it. It works
Right.
great. What you guys set up works great. It's just
Running me
doesn't.
down. Yeah, it doesn't work
Yes.
great for this me. Okay.
Well,
Yes.
what if you transmuted that building into what you actually need?
Yeah, I'm changing it into like a cell phone. So I can just call them. I don't
That's
need
really
like to
funny.
go off to a place.
I saw that turn into a tower. So is it a cell phone
Yeah.
tower? That's really funny.
Yeah.
Much lighter, much more efficient and aerodynamic.
I don't know why Wi-Fi doesn't feel good to you or cell service doesn't to you. You need a hard line. I don't
Oh,
know if it's a transitional thing or what, but like from the tower to you instead of like a signal, like maybe it just feels better. Like when Kate reads for the guides, like when she interviews them and stuff, she used to go up there, but it would drain her, and then bringing them down would drain. So now she like calls them.
Yeah. That's what I agree.
and then if you don't
And
put
then
your
it can go
phone
to the
down, they
tower.
don't shut up. They'll think that you keep wanting to talk to them.
I don't know if I've told you guys this. I probably did, but it was in one of the lives that didn't save. But the guides get dressed up for interviews. One time I was on the phone with Kate, like while she was, when she first, well, not when she first started. Anyway, it was a while ago, and I was like, "Hey, is it cool if I talk to you on this long drive while you're doing your guide reading?" And she's like, "Yeah, that's okay." And she connected to this one, and it was a robot in a suit. And I saw the robot, well, I felt the robot look just like it, but without a suit. And I was like, how come? And then we discovered, like, they like to dress up. It's an interview, and all of them would dress up and wear fancy clothes. And then, like, I'll be working in a session with people, and this one person, they had to talk to the team of the jury of the legal staff, and all of them were in court clothes. And some of them were like modern court clothes, and some of them had on like powdered wigs and stuff. But their humans had on like sweaters and khakis and like regular clothes. But the team was like ready. They were.
We love this shit. We live for
They're
this shit.
LARPing. Right. Live action role play.
Like,
Now I'm hearing the bongo song, which
Did we go to a different life?
I mean that seems set up. That all seems good.
Okay.
We've got time. I mean, we're going fast. Do you want to touch on the the parent stuff that you brought up?
Sure.
Okay.
Those parents stuff.
There's there's concern with like how much connection to like video games or TV or anything that they have, and like is it detrimental? And yes, it is channeling, but why? There's still an issue she isn't comfortable with with that aspect,
Well, I guess
and
the question
and
would be,
how the kids process it individually.
yeah. So I guess the question would be, how do they channel? Because if I didn't have video games, I would not be me.
Yeah, and I feel like that's true for my oldest one. My youngest, so I have three boys. My youngest son, my middle son can get really like his angst, I'm saying spleen, his angst like woven into it. So he can like get like really nervous about things, like if it gets too exciting, a game he's watching or playing. But generally he's fine with it. My youngest son, it's like an emotional giant effing wave, like up and down. And like if it goes off, and sometimes he's like, okay, it's time for us all to turn this off. And then sometimes he like totally freaks out when you turn it off. Um,
Okay, so while you're talking about that, your oldest stays outside while he does the games, like he channels, but he stays on the outside. Your youngest goes in it.
yeah.
So they
And that doesn't just go in
stand.
it, pulls it out of the TV and into the whole house and makes everything really chaotic, like bathes himself in it.
Yeah. But it's really hard to explain, like, why does my older brother, who's 4 years older than me, get all this screen time and I don't get very much? But
Okay,
today we actually limited it and he got way less. He turned it off like no problem. Like it was his idea to turn it off and he's like totally chill. But usually like we'll just be like, okay, everybody has, in the same amount or
well,
whatever
why
to be
don't you,
equitable.
is there a possibility of like explaining, like, okay, so with Casey Ray, even before Casey Ray like could talk or anything, I would be like, hey, can you send Peppa Pig's family back
Oh,
to their fucking
okay.
dimension, please?
Yeah.
Like, is there a way to just go, why does this whole, like, bring an awareness of, like, and it doesn't have to be spiritual. It can just be like, why does it feel like that game or that TV or that whatever, why is it pouring out of the TV into the
Oh,
house?
what if you're like, hey, turn the game off up here, too?
Okay.
It could be something like so simple, like, all right, turn the game off there and also up here, ha ha ha, ha. But he'll actually do it.
They do
Yeah, and he's
actually
good
do
with
it.
energy. Like we throw, I mean, energy balls around. Like we'll make them with our hands and throw them back and
Oh,
forth. He
that's
loves
cute.
doing that. Yeah,
Spiky balls.
spiky balls. Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, they all channel with the video games, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's just it's like it was overtaking the house though. I can understand that because like
Yeah.
that energy is chaotic. If that the energy of that reminds me of when it was quarantine and we would just watch RuPaul's Drag Race on my big like the bigger TV in a smaller room all day long, and it's like, wow, why are we so aggravated? I don't know.
Exactly.
Like so much energy
Yeah.
in here.
I don't know, that
Yeah,
feels pretty good too.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's feeling better. Yeah, and the only other thing
And
is my parents. Go ahead.
stick with the limiting thing, like stick with the stuff, still be you and fix it, like monitor it or whatever, but like try that too.
Yeah,
Just a little bit of adding that in, and then maybe it'll level out and take care of itself,
I think so.
Okay, what were you gonna say?
Yeah, the last thing is my parents asked to come down this weekend, and after like I haven't talked to them in like 3 or 4 weeks. Last time was they read my spiritual book, which is not their same beliefs. Yeah, I'm just not sure how I feel about it. They've asked to come down.
You do know what? Why would you say you're not sure how you feel about it when you're exactly
Okay,
sure how you feel about it?
I am sure how I feel about it. I'm not sure how I want to respond to it. I guess
Okay.
that's true.
Okay. How do the kids feel about it?
Well, they had already asked to come down last weekend for my birthday, and he was like, I don't want to go to lunch with them. And he was like,
Well, it got stuck on one of your faces.
Wait, it got stuck when you said he was like, and then we didn't hear the
oh,
rest.
I mean, he's very direct and knows what he wants, which is awesome. His little Scorpio self. But he, it was unusual because before,
Uh-oh.
but for this, he was like, he's like, I know they're going to be sad about it, but I don't want to go to lunch with them. So, sorry, am I cutting out again?
You were.
Yeah, but I think it's because you were talking about him, so don't.
Okay.
Let's focus back on how do you want to
Yeah.
respond.
How do I want to respond?
Well, you could just ignore it, and then what happens? The weekend passes. Oopsie daisy.
Yeah.
Oops, baby. Baby.
But like when that happens, it doesn't make them stop. It makes them like,
Push harder. Yeah.
yeah.
I could always say it's just not a good weekend for us. Um,
Why don't they stay in a hotel?
oh, they live close enough to come for the day or a
Oh,
portion of the day.
She basically what it feels like is you don't want to have any of the conversations that they might want to talk about spirituality or fucking anything at all, or what this means, or how does this conflict with your religious upbringing, or any of that. And it doesn't seem like you want your kids to have to sit there and spend their weekend with the politeness that comes along with all of that. But you're not ready to be an asshole, and you're not ready to completely like cut off. But it doesn't seem like there's like a it doesn't seem like there's a fear of not being in contact with them. That seems cleared.
Yeah.
This feels like I just don't want to deal with it. I don't want to put my kids through having to deal with it, and it's just draining, and I just don't want to.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like they, yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's all it feels like.
So I can just say it's a bad weekend for us, which is true.
Why, if you're not holding on because of fear, like a lot of people hold on to things because they're afraid of like, what if, I know it sounds morbid, but what if my parents die? Like, what if whatever? But that's not why you're holding on to it. So why are you holding on to
Why
it?
am I holding on to it? Because truthfully, if I never talked to them again and they died tomorrow, I would be like, oh, it's so much easier to talk to you now that you're dead. That's the way I kind of feel about it.
yeah. That's the way a lot of people feel about it too.
Yeah.
I just don't know if they're willing to admit it.
Yeah. Why do I hold on to it? It's an obligation anymore. It used to be.
Oh,
I don't
cut
know.
You've done
it
so
off.
much healing.
Do do all the religious contract healings to the connection with them. That pathway.
Please apply all religious contract healings to the connection with each of my parents and my brother.
That's a good idea, not Kate. Have you ever talked to a version of them energetically?
Yes.
But have you ever talked to them like they're dead?
Yeah. And it's actually
Okay.
quite lovely. It's a lovely conversation at that point. That's why I'm like, it's so much easier to talk to you once you're gone. Yeah. No, but that feels clear.
That just made me realize I absolutely have not. Like, I'm not trying to. And I'm like, do I want to? And I'm like, no,
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
want to.
It just
Wow, that's
depends. Like,
crazy.
yeah, it just depends. Yeah, awesome. Thank you guys so much. This was amazing tonight. I'm feeling much lighter and energized, surprisingly.
I'm so glad. Like, I love having, I mean, like, I love working with Kate and I love working with you anyway, but like to have the two of you together is so like it's just real good. It's just real good. Yes.
Yeah. My youngest used to do that at like 15 months. I would feed him food and he'd be like this. And he like looked Italian too, which was really strange. And he would just be like this with food all over his face. He was
Hell
a
Great
yeah.
foodie.
smashed peas,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mom.
Well,
Yes.
So
well, no,
good.
like, I mean, he eats he likes eats. He's a foodie. If you're like, he won't eat that. Yes, he will.
Yes, you
He
will.
will.
That's what you think. Challenge accepted.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Thank y'all.
I'm
Love ya.
excited.
And
Thank you.
Love you guys.
do the closing statements and then disconnect. Okay, love y'all. Bye.
I will.
Bye.
Bye.